The next stop on our family journey around the world was Agra, India, to see the Taj Mahal. I was so excited to see the famous mausoleum that even though it had been a very long travel day, when we arrived in Agra, instead of going to the hotel and resting, I found a spot outside the walls where I could see the Taj. I stayed there until the sun went down. I was a little bit saddened to see that there was some scaffolding up on some of its towers, but I was excited nonetheless. The city of Agra itself was not our favorite place in India. Even by Indian standards, the city was not very clean. It was chaotic and hectic, and most of us got sick during our stay there. But the Taj itself was worth it. To visit the Taj itself, you get up early in the morning and you stand in line. When the Taj opens, they let everyone in a great big rush. And you have to understand, I had a picture in my mind that I wanted to make. The morning sun coming up on the graceful curves of the domes of the Taj. I didn't want a whole bunch of other tourists to be in my picture clogging up the view. So, when we got in line and the Taj opened, I took off, leaving my family in the dust so I could be there first. Sadly, there was scaffolding on 3 of the 4 minarets of the Taj. I just had to live with that. However, I did get pretty good at Photoshop, so I was able to kind of take out the scaffolding. Eventually, I caught back up with my family. It's not like we were parted forever, it was just for me to get those first shots before this kind of crowd was standing in front of the building. And we had a great time. There are a lot of famous monuments that just don't live up to the hype. When you finally get there and see them, they're not as good as you wanted them to be. But not the Taj. The Taj is amazing. It is every bit as good as you believed it was going to be. And it is certainly one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. In fact, we hired a car to kind of take us around across a river to get a different angle on the Taj. While we were on that trip, we got stuck in the most Indian traffic jam possible. But finally, we got through and we got another view of the Taj. I love all the footage and images I got of my family on that wall in front of the Taj, but they weren't as easy to get as it may have looked. But our misadventures in wall climbing notwithstanding, we had a wonderful, relaxing time just looking across the river at what was probably the most beautiful building any of us had ever seen. It was truly a wonderful way for us to pass a peaceful evening. And as a bonus, while we were leaving, we got to see a murder of crows. Of all the places I've been, and all the pictures I've taken of my family, this is one of my favorites, if not my very most favorite. It almost makes all the filth and garbage of Agra worth it. But we actually weren't quite done with Agra yet. There's more than just the Taj there. We hopped in a car and we went out to see another site called Fatehpur Sikri. In any other city in the world, this would be the main attraction, what people came to see. Fatehpur Sikri was truly impressive. It's almost a shame that it has to be in the same city as the Taj Mahal, and so it gets much, much less attention. But we had a great time wandering through the buildings and the courtyards, staring up at the amazing architecture. It was also one of the best places for people watching I have ever been in my entire life. So many colors and so much energy is in this place. So, Agra, so impressive. It's worth it, even with this.